one of you sickos did this?
Excuse me, ma'am. We don't even know why we're here in the first place.
Sorry, I must be getting ahead of myself. My name's Detective Morgan, and I've called you all here today to address a recent event. In a way, you are all related to the death of a Mr. Arthur.
Pardon, who?
Oh, my poor husband, you left us too soon.
Wait, what do you mean he's dead? I literally saw him 3 days ago.
That's the reason I called you all here. You four were the only people that interacted with Arthur in the past 7 days, meaning you're all suspects for this case.
Oh, so you're the one who made the call. Who said it was up to you to make that decision?
I'm so confused. I don't even know anyone named Arthur. Please let me go home. This must be a mistake.
Could you guys just... Now, let's just get to questions.
So, Miss Shirley, it says here that you're an old childhood friend of Arthur's.
That's the truth, ma'am. Arthur and I have been best friends ever since his family moved next to mine when I was 5. We grew up in rural side of Kentucky, where the bees never stopped buzzing, the sun never stopped shining. It was like a dream. And then...
Thank you, Miss Shirley, but we don't need to hear any more about Kentucky. It says here that 2 days ago you came here to visit Arthur because you wanted to see an old friend of yours. Was there any other reason?
Are you suggesting something?
Should I be suggesting something?
If I'm being honest with you, there is something that I want to confess.
And what would that be?
2 days ago, I arrived from Kansas to visit Arthur. He reached out to me a few weeks earlier talking about how he wants us to get back in touch. I've been wanting to visit him for a while, so I agreed. I made it to his house and Arthur kindly welcomed me inside. We went on to do all the things that friends do. Talk, play cards, and then we said our adieus. And that's all that happened.
Good afternoon, Mr. Henderson. According to your file, you've been a long-time business partner to Arthur and you saw him 3 days ago?
Ex-partners.
Care to share what happened?
I had an idea. A vision. It was called a Cybertronic sleeve. It was a robotic exoskeleton that could be worn on one's arm to make the user exponentially stronger. He said it was crazy, and after a while, I agreed with him.
Until one day, I heard him talking over the phone about how he got a new patent for this Cybertronic arm of his own idea. God, I was so angry, I just left, got in my car, and drove away, thinking to myself,
And what were you thinking about?
where to get back at him.
Would killing him be one of those ways?
Absolutely.
So you're saying that you...
Oh, don't worry, detective, I didn't kill him. All I'm saying is that if I wanted to, I could.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Henderson. So, Wanda,
I didn't do it.
hey, settle down. I just want to ask a few questions.
A few questions? I don't even know this man. I don't even know where I am. I just, some people in a black car, they just told me to get in, and I agreed.
That's a stupid move.
I'm starting to realize that. Could you possibly tell me where I've even come in contact with Arthur?
It says here that you ran into him at the shop around the corner.
Oh. It was about 4 days ago. I was leaving the shop, and who I assume was Arthur was heading in. I was in such a hurry that I didn't see him heading in the same direction. We ran into each other, both of us tumbling to the ground. My groceries were everywhere. I had never expected to see Arthur there. It was my first time ever seeing the man. I just wanted to get some...
Candy canes?
What?
It's the middle of April.
So now purchasing candy canes in the middle of April is a crime?
Should be. Gwendolyn, I'm very sorry about your loss.
I don't know what I'm gonna do without him. I always told myself that I wouldn't die alone, yet here we are. Just gonna die a sad and lonely death.
Oh well, that sucks. Besides that, I have a few questions for you. First of all, when was the last time you saw Arthur?
Well, the last time I saw him was when I was eating breakfast. He was heading towards the door and I asked him where he was going. He just said it was some business thing.
It sounds like he was up to something important.
He was always up to something important, gone all day and barely had any time for me when he got back. He always told me that when he was retired, we would all the time in the world to love each other, but look where that led us.
I feel bad keeping you here, Gwendolyn. You're free to go after I ask you one more question.
What is it?
When was the last time you saw him?
Yesterday morning. I was told about his murder last night.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time. I would like to thank you all again for being here.
Who did it?
Can I please go home?
Henderson. I'm sure it was Henderson.
What did you say to me, little brat?
If you guys could just shut up for 30 seconds, I could tell you who actually did it. 4 days ago, Wanda was at the local store where she ran into Arthur. The most interesting part about that situation was what Wanda was leaving the store with. She was leaving with candy canes, and since it was April 4th, months after Christmas, those candy canes were expired and caused Wanda to get sick. So she couldn't have done the murder. She was too busy puking her lungs out to let alone murder someone. As for Mr. Henderson, he was clearly very mad about the fact that Arthur took away his business idea, causing him to think of ways to get back at him. He even told me he had previously thought of killing Arthur, but it was almost too obvious. If Henderson could create a machine that could enhance the strength of a normal human, then I have no doubt in my mind that he would have gotten away with murder and walked away with his hands clean. And now here's where it gets interesting. 2 days before Arthur's death, Shirley, the childhood friend, stops by. She was visiting from... where was it exactly?
Kentucky?
That's quite odd. You seemed very unsure of that when we were talking.
I can't help it. I was just really nervous.
If you look into Arthur's family history, you can see that he did not grow up in Kansas or Kentucky. But you did stop by, in fact, multiple times. People can attest to it. For what other reason than you and Arthur were having an affair?
Kind of just happened. It was his idea, too. It doesn't give me any reason to kill him, though.
I'm not accusing you, Shirley. I'm simply listing out the details. Because in the end, it was Gwendolyn that killed Arthur.
You must be joking. He was the love of my life. Why would I kill him?
Of course you would have killed Arthur, but you had no qualms killing Shirley.
You think I'm capable of killing Shirley over a little affair? I'm not that... You know what? Screw it. I killed him.
Arthur never left. He was going to his office and I was to not disturb him. But I knew what that meant. It meant that eventually, Shirley would eventually meet up. So I decided I was going to do something that would get rid of Shirley once and for all. I was going to murder her. So that night, I thought that it was Shirley sneaking in through the back door. Turns out it was Arthur. I didn't know that he left. And as I turned the corner and shot at the figure, not until after the job was done did I realize that it wasn't that prissy, stuck-up country girl. It was my husband.
Wow, that's one big confession. Well, I hate to be that person, but I have to arrest you now.
Oh, I don't know about that.